Welcome to Ag on Wheels. Today is a very special day. Not only have they taken me out of the town, out of the city, but they've put me in a village with Rob Starkey. He's my co-host today on Ag on Wheels, and we find ourselves in
Sparland, Illinois.
There you go. So today I'm here with Tori, Taylor, and Jay, Streitmatter, and they are going to show us all around their farm and just how important their legacy of agriculture is. So join Rob and myself as we take you around their farm. So I always say that faith, family, and farming is in agriculture. It's what makes the world go round. Rob, wouldn't you agree with that?
Yeah, and what's so interesting about your family farm is the three dads, right? The three brothers that work together. That doesn't always work. I mean, if you're in agriculture, you know a lot of times that the family dynamics ultimately end up ending farms.
Yeah.
What do you think the secret is to your family's success?
Faith is a huge part of this family, and they're all very dedicated to that. And they all, my dad and my two uncles, his brothers, care an awful lot about the land, the livestock, and ultimately the legacy that the 4 generations before them have left in this exact couple neighboring counties. So I would say, you know, a family that is rooted in faith does well in farming.
So growing up with a farming family, you've obviously, agriculture's in the blood. And you have now gone to college, and now you are working in a profession that is centered around agriculture. Tell us what you do.
I've been a research associate with Corteva Agriscience out of Princeton, Illinois. It really helps you appreciate, you know, that bag of corn, that, you know, that unit of soybeans when the farmer purchases that, what goes into that, and, you know, the team behind it. That team mentality, it definitely plays into back home on the farm too, because nothing of size gets accomplished alone. So it's the buy-in from the family, it's the buy-in from the team that really gets us down the road.
All right, Taylor, one thing that a lot of people outside of agriculture don't understand is that farms have colors, right?
Absolutely.
You got green and red and yellow. Now, growing up in this neighborhood, I know you guys were a green farm.
Yes.
How important was that now that you work in a green company?
So growing up, my mom's dad owned and operated the John Deere dealership in town. And that's actually how my parents kind of met. So being able to work for that company is extremely prideful.
So as you're there, you're away from the farm, you know, how important is it to still be tied to agriculture?
I think it's very important. I mean, some days you walk into work, it's like, oh, another day at work. But you remember the people that you're supporting, and knowing that, like, that's my dad, that's my uncles, it makes you really put forth that effort for our customers. And before COVID, there were so many people coming in for tours, and knowing these are farm families just like my own. And our family got to do the tour last year and see our 780 come off the line, and it's really touching. I mean, it's a huge piece of equipment to invest in, so to be there in the moment with all these farmers getting something they worked so hard for, it's very rewarding.
You know, I think you said it best too, is, you know, and it doesn't just go for your job, but a lot of people who are involved in agriculture, it's just another day at work. And there's those days that it's hard to put your feet on the floor when you're getting out of bed, but you remember that one common goal and who you're supporting.
So here we are, Central Illinois, right? It's the legacy, it's the sesquicentennial farms. I mean, your family has had farm ground in this area for a long time.
Yeah.
How long?
Yeah, so we farm ground that, you know, looking at old plat books and everything else, has been in our family since, I want to say, the 1870s, 1880s. You know, my dad's the 5th generation. We're the 6th generation out of this family. You have to realize all the hardships, what all those individuals went through to give you the opportunity at even living on a farm here, and let alone, you know, being a profitable farm. And our dad was the weirdo that would stop at a family cemeteries and be like, this was your great-great-grandpa so-and-so. He was known as Hog Fred. As you get older, you appreciate that because you understand when you drive down Streitmatter Road or the Streitmatter Cemetery, it's like, oh, that's what he was trying to get us to realize.
Well, thank you guys so much for allowing Rob and myself to come and see exactly what you do and just how important of a role agriculture plays in your family and what an important role you play into agriculture. So we hope to be back soon, and thank you guys so much, and God bless you, and thanks, Rob, for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Michelle.